Okay, I'm told that g of x is a one-to-one function and I want to find its inverse. And then give the domain and range of g inverse using interval notation. Wow. Okay, for the domain of g, I have negative infinity to negative 4/5 union negative 4/5 to infinity. Right, this is the domain of g, because I have that my denominator cannot be 0. For the range of g, I know that I'm never going to hit this asymptote. So I have also negative infinity to negative 4/5 union negative 4/5 to infinity. That's interesting. Okay. And I want to use my algorithm to find g inverse here. So first I replace g with y. Right? And then I'm going to interchange x and y. Now I'm going to solve for y, and this is where it gets tricky. I'm going to multiply both sides of the equation by the denominator. So 4 plus 5y times x is equal to negative 4y plus 7. And I'm going to distribute the x. 4x plus 5xy is equal to negative 4y plus 7. Now, I want to have all of my y's on one side of the equation and everything else on the other. So I am going to add 4y to both sides, and I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. And if you can't see what to do in one step, use multiple steps. Get the y's all on one side and then figure out how to get rid of everything else. Move it to the other side. Okay, so this is 5xy plus 4y is equal to 7 minus 4x. I'm going to factor this side. So 5x plus 4y is equal to 7 minus 4x. And then I divide both sides by 5x plus 4. Y is equal to 7 minus 4x over 5x plus 4. And you can see clearly here that the range, we cannot have the denominator 0, so the range is still negative infinity to negative 4/5 union negative 4/5 to infinity. And the domain of, this is the domain. The domain of f inverse, this is now f inverse, right, is the same thing as the range of f. And I know that this is the domain of f, and so the range of f inverse is negative infinity to negative 4/5 union negative 4/5 to infinity. Now it's just an accident that this boundary point is the same. It's because the denominator cannot be negative 4/5, so that affects the domain of each function. And then the vertical the horizontal asymptote is also negative 4/5. It's this coefficient over this coefficient. If I had some number other than 4 right here, I'd end up with something different. If I had something other than negative 4 right there, I would have ended up with something different.